Сегодня мы делаем интервью с Шевки Аджунером. Я считаю, что он пионер корпоративного управления в Украине. Он стоял у истоков формирования наблюдательных советов. Он является членом наблюдательного совета 2 компаний, Укрзалізниця и Укренерго. Поэтому будет интересно задавать ему удобные и неудобные вопросы. Naftogaz was the step 1. Who was trying to help you to make this reform, trying to convince the government side that it's needed?
No, I think, Ministry of Economy, Ministry of Finance, of course, and Prime Minister as well was very supportive of that. But first and foremost, of course, the leadership of Naftogaz wanted to have that. They wanted to isolate the enterprise from the political interference that was very prevalent at that time. They wanted to stop these 5-6% of GDP equivalent losses in the enterprise.
What was the moment after all these giant efforts gave you a result?
Well, for everybody to see that even the worst black hole can be turned into sunshine. And that was, return to profitability of Naftogaz, and the broader support, appreciation of the international community that this is the way to go if we were going to continue supporting Ukraine's financial, fiscal, other transformation to become a successful enterprise. So, as I said, the tipping point was collective recognition and seeing the result that Naftogaz has put forward.
What was the topic you need to overcome to start this process?
When you design something, of course, it's never perfect in the beginning unless you're God. For example, one of the issues that we faced was how to pre-select the candidates that would come in front of the nomination committee for the final decision. And in there, we faced a number of challenges because still some of the ministries or some of the elements in the variety of ministries wanted to stage which candidates would be put in front of the committee. And in a number of instances, we basically sent back with a very terse statement those candidates that were put forward, either through integrity check, through other things, the quality.
Regarding this start of corporate governance reform and being a nomination committee member, what was the key learnings from this starting period for you, which you think was
the key learning is that never take anything at face value, first and foremost, because a number of candidates, when you dig behind and ask the questions through security service and everything else, were not exactly who they were presenting themselves to be. Always be mindful of the efforts of vested interests to promote still their connected people to certain positions.
During the forum, we heard several comments about the newly established board, that it takes time to start performing. And considering those 2 examples, Укрзалізниця and Укренерго, so how much time does it take?
It takes several months because you're starting literally from scratch.
Sounds too optimistic for me. Several months.
Several months to start the basic foundation, but to get it going again, to really have the board deal with fundamental strategic challenges is a good 9 months to a year and a half process.
Very often I have a request or a question from international board members who came to Ukraine with one board appointment, and very often they are ready and they are open to take a second board, just not to travel to Ukraine once. Yeah, they are ready to commit their time more and more. And what are the pluses and minuses? What do you see the risks and opportunities, like to have international professionals sitting in like 2-3 boards with different companies?
I think the starting point has to be that each board has to have a set of complementary skills. And there is therefore nothing wrong with the same set of skills being complementary to another board. So the question then, of course, is the first, avoiding direct conflicts, very strong conflicts. I mean, if I'm a board director of Укрзалізниця, I certainly should not and cannot be a board director of some agricultural product company who transports its goods through Укрзалізниця. On the positive side, of course, you have to bring to bear your experience, but your understanding of the country's reality. It's not in a vacuum. So you got to put everything into the context of the country. And the more then you can share the context that you earn, rather than reinventing the wheel for each and every different board, you can use that already acquired understanding on 1 or 2 additional boards. And of course, once again, I'm bringing it to the understanding of political scene as well.
Top priorities in the nearest 2-3 years. What board need to focus on in the nearest several years?
I think the key challenge for all board members is to be able to remove yourself from a lot of these administrative type of things, setting up procedures, policies, institutions, to really focus on strategic challenges that the institution has to cope with in order to deliver its mission.
Я надеюсь, что многие компании будут проходить этот этап успешно. Мы, наверное, ждем, когда борды устоятся, и можно будет наблюдать их работу на протяжении уже 2-3 лет. И будет интересно тогда вернуться к этому вопросу и спросить, все же, какие результаты у нас внедрения корпоративного управления в государственных компаниях.